Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is day 22 of the series Dreams to Reality. It's a series where I talk about my journey on going from 0 to 10K in a month, while also dropping little pieces of gems and knowledge throughout the entire process. If you're new to the series, my name is Khalil Forrester. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur. I was a former athlete. I played basketball for about 15 to 16 years competitively up until JUCO, and then I transferred over to entrepreneurship, where I run two businesses, an insurance company with my father called the Insurance Savants, where we specialize in life and health insurance, and then I also run a marketing agency with one of my former teammates that I grew up with, and we started that not too long ago. And we work with dealerships, restaurants, and real estate agents in helping them with their social media marketing. Now, the piece of knowledge that I wanted to drop today was that you have to be you have to have a successful conscience. And what I mean by that is, I actually wrote it down here. I've been reading a book recently, if you've been tuning into the podcast. It's called Think and Grow Rich. And there's so much sauce in here, it's actually ridiculous. It basically said, success comes to those who become success conscious. Failure comes to those who allow themselves to become failure conscious. Right? It's all in the mind. Before we can accumulate riches and great abundance, we must magnet our minds with intense desire for riches that we must become that we must become money conscious until the desire for money drives us to create definite plans for acquiring it. And I've spoken about this before I even read this book. Just in general, is that you have to have an abundance mindset, meaning it's out there. It's just a matter of what can I do in order to get it, to get that money, to get that back, to inspire others, to influence others, to become the best version of myself, right? Everything that you need is right at your fingertips, whether that's your phone, your iPad, your computer, your book, journal, and the most important book of all, your Bible, right? Literally all the answers to whatever problems or questions you have is literally at your fingertips. But the mindset that you have to have in order to obtain these things, you have to have an elevated, successful, conscious mindset, right? You can't be the person to only dwell on mistakes or dwell on problems that you're going through, right? Everyone has their own problems and issues that they're dealing with. It's just a matter of how you think about it. Are you the type of person to just dwell on it, or are you the type of person to say, hey, okay, there's this issue, how can I solve it, and how can I move on and grow from it? How can I learn from whatever I'm going through, right? And just having that success conscious mindset it's perfect, because once you change your mind to have a magnet of success and have an extreme, desire and will to become successful, to, have riches, not only in health but wealth, right? Things just start falling into place. Like, and it's happened to me so many times where it's like, I said in one of my videos, like, if I see it, I can own it. If I can think it, I can own it, and I can have it. And I drive a Toyota Camry, 2009 Toyota Camry, but in my head, I see a brand new Mercedes-Benz or a brand new BMW M4, and right, I'm driving a Toyota Camry, but in my head, I'm like, I'm in an M4. I know I'm gonna have it before I actually have it, right? I talked about this in plenty of my videos. Act like the person you want to become before you actually get there, and sooner or later, you're gonna become that person. And this book is just ridiculous because it just talks about everything that, I've just been thinking about, and I'm just learning so much more, right? There's a small poem in here, actually, that I wanted to read as well, that I think everyone should listen to. It says, I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is just an employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a Maniles hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life would have willingly paid. So, just to break that down, it's super deep, and it's basically just saying that whatever you ask out of life, out of the universe, ask for God. It's asking for it, and then it's doing the work that it takes to get there. So if you say, hey, I want to make $50,000 this year, okay, let me go get a job that does $50,000, that pays you that much, and I'm gonna do the work that does that. Or if you're in my shoes, an entrepreneur, right, just grinding and hustling, every single day. My goal right now is to hit $10,000, right? There's people who look at that and think it's pocket change, it's nothing. right? And then there's people who look at it and say, I'll never be able to make 10,000. So it's just about your mindset. It's already out there. It's just, what can I do in order to turn that $10,000 that's out there and put it in my pocket instead, right? It's I can ask for whatever I want, and I can get whatever I want as long as I'm willing to do what it takes to get it. And that's basically what this poem is saying, right? Life is like an employer, and it's willing to pay any wage as long as you're willing to do the tasks that it takes to have it. And that's the realest thing I could ever tell someone, right? You know, where was it that I actually also saw? Man, this book is just amazing. Let me see, because I had studied it after I had read the book. Who Created Dream? As I'm reading it, I'm sorry. Steven Spielberg. The book, for just a little context, this book is just talking about the author basically studied tons of different successful people and found what the things that were in common and just put it into a book for us to read and to analyze and break down in our own ways in our own lives and apply the principles of the book to our own lives to expedite our success. And Steven Spielberg, it kind of broke down his story a little bit and basically just said, you know, he just figured it out. He went to Universal Studios, found a small office, went in there, acted like he was the director before he became a director, worked on a movie because he just sold himself to the other directors that were ahead of him at the time. Did a movie, and it performed poorly, right? But that's expected because success isn't going to come in an instant. I talked about this before, instant gratification. Everyone's so used to that, but in reality, the amount of time it takes to be successful, you have to be okay with delayed gratification, and that's what Steven Spielberg was okay with. His first movie performed poorly, but then he read the book Jaws. Once he read the book Jaws, he wanted to be the director for that movie, but Universal Studios already had a director. They chose someone. Steven Spielberg was able to convince the Universal to let him direct that movie. After he directed that movie, that became one of the highest grossing films at that time. He then went on to direct Jurassic Park. What else did it say? Indiana Jones, Jaws, and a few other movies. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but some of the highest grossing films of all time, you know, during that time. And I didn't know this. Steven Spielberg, along with two other directors, created the company DreamWorks, and DreamWorks is known to make some of the best movies ever. But I never thought about it. The company name is DreamWorks, and that's the realest thing, because your dream works if you're willing to do what it takes to get there, right? My series is called Dreams to Reality, and everything, it all boils down to having an abundance mindset, having dreams that people are gonna say are crazy and that no one will ever expect you to believe that you're gonna be able to accomplish. But as long as you have that ultimate desire, that ultimate will to win, and put in the work that it takes to you know, reach your goals, your dream works and your dreams turn into reality. So in all honesty, I just see the path is just moving up and growing, and just being able to document this process is, you know, priceless. And I hope you guys like the videos. I'm not even getting any views right now, and I just enjoy the process, right? Fall in love with the process, not the end result, and your goals are going to come sooner than you think. So that's pretty much it for this video. Have that abundance mindset and know that it's going to happen before it happens. Act like that person you want to become. Your dreams are going to turn into reality as well. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll put my Instagram right here at Khalil Forrester, and you can like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.